Hey guys, it's Christine with Indigo Wings Healing. I am doing a full moon reading for, this is geared towards people who are in, having any kind of divine connection, twin flames, twin souls, soul connections, whatever you are defining your relationship as. This reading is for earth signs, and this is going to be kind of covering the time frame of January 2nd through the 31st to the next full moon. So for earth signs, that's going to be Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. And, if you're not familiar, you can cross-watch these videos. So, this can be applicable to your sun, moon, or rising sign. So if this one doesn't resonate for you, check your moon and rising signs as well. Because this is going to be a broader reading, it might not resonate with everybody. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. Don't worry about it. If it resonates with you, I'm glad. I hope it can help you. So I'm just going to jump right into the reading. And I'm hoping that this kind of brings you guys just some information and some clarity on what you can be working on as you move through this month. So the first card is what you should be letting go of with this full moon cycle. And the card that came up was the High Priestess. And immediately, what I got with this is that there's something that you need to let go of in regards to either secrets or something that you don't know. So I feel like for some of you, you have to let go of what you don't know. And I know for some, that can be really difficult, because you want to know what's next. And I feel like not knowing what's next is setting you back, that because you want to know what to expect and you don't, and it causes anxiety for you. And so you need to let go of that. You need to have patience in the unknown and not knowing what is next in your life. For others of you that I'm feeling like there's something going on with like a secret that I feel like there's maybe like a secret that you're holding on to, or, and I don't know if it's like you're holding on to a secret that's either about you and another person, or about another person, but I feel like you need to just let that secret go. I don't know if some of you have been maybe thinking about like letting the cat out of the bag, that you just need to let that go and let it die. Nothing good is going to come from that coming to light. The clarifying cards that I pulled, which I think are really applicable to both scenarios that I'm seeing, are the Tower in reverse and the Devil in reverse. And basically, it's just, in both situations, nothing good is coming from holding on to these things. So, if you spill the beans on whatever this secret is, whether it's yours, whether it's someone else's, whether it's something that you were involved in or have been involved in, whatever it is, whatever you're thinking about sharing, nothing good is coming from sharing it at this time. Sorry, there's a little commotion going on. My dog is wanting to get under my desk, and I think he's settled now. he's so big that any movement is a production for him. So, but then even, you know, for those of you who are, you know, kind of holding on to that, you know, I need to know what's happening next. I need to know the future. Again, nothing good is coming from that for you. You know, it's just causing you strife and anxiety. And, you know, in some ways I feel like if you know that something negative is happening or might happen, it's like you have like a self-fulfilling prophecy and something negative happens because you're expecting it to happen. Do you know what I mean? So you need to let go of that. Now the next card is really kind of interesting. It's what you need to be holding close to you, you know, in a sense, not letting go of during this time. And the card is the Two of Air. And the Two of Air is kind of like, you know, you're pretending there's no problem, there's a stalemate, you can't come to an agreement with somebody. And I felt, when I pulled that card out, I was like, well, that's kind of a strange thing to hold on to. You know, why would you want to hold on to not being able to come to a decision on something? And I feel like this is really important. I feel like there's a person in your life that you're just not seeing eye to eye on something with. You're not, you know, maybe you're not on the same page, or you're just kind of at a standstill with them. You know, you're butting heads on something, you're, you know, or there's an issue and you're just kind of pretending like there's no issue, but you feel like you need to address it. And in some cases, I feel like many of you are just ready to say, screw it. Like, I'm done. I want to move on. I want to let, you know, this is what you really want to let go. It's not the time. This is actually something you need to still keep around you. And the clarifying cards that came up here are Judgment and the Knight of Cups. And so what I'm getting from this is that this situation is going to change. And I do feel like, you know, the stalemate is going to come to an end, that you are going to come to some sort of decision or agreement. And I feel like whoever this person is, you know, and Judgment, this card is a 20, breaks down to a 2, which is, you know, partnership and coming together. You know, the Knight of Cups, you know, now the Knight of Cups is, you know, a very emotional, romantic, sweep you off your feet kind of energy. You know, it's important to, you know, maintain your balance and keep your wits about you. But, you know, this person is offering you their cup. They're offering you your emotions. And so I feel like, you know, this is something that things will change in your favor, which is why you're going to want to maybe kind of keep this situation around to see what happens. This person is offering you their cup. Now, the next card is something that will be beginning for you, or something that you will be receiving. And the card that comes up here is the King of Earth. And this is like abundance. This is everything you touch turns to gold. This is everything is working out wonderfully for you. This is, you know, this is a really fantastic card. And this is really echoing a lot of what I'm seeing for the divine feminine in general. Is a lot of abundance is coming into their lives in the beginning of 2018. And then the card that I pulled as a clarifier is the Five of Cups. And what I'm seeing with this card, I feel like at this moment when you have all of this abundance coming to you, you maybe haven't quite gotten to that point where that Knight of Cups and Judgment has taken place yet. Sorry, the dog again. You okay, dude? I wish I could show you what he looks like underneath the desk, because he's like all contorted and looks very funny. But so I feel like when this is happening, you haven't hit that Knight of Cups point quite yet. And so, you know, you're in this place of being kind of bummed, you know, things haven't quite worked out the way you thought that they would, and you're focusing, like you're not quite aware of all of the abundance that you have coming into your life right now. You're focusing on these 3 cups that are knocked over, when behind you, you've got these 2 cups that are upright, you know, so it's like you're missing the possibilities that you do have available to you. And so it's going to be important to not miss out on all of the wonderful things that really are taking place for you in your life. And I feel like these tipped over cups are preparing you for the upright cups to be coming in. You know, because if you're familiar with the cups, you have the 2 of Cups. The 2 of Cups is like it, you know, like for divine love. And so I feel like you will come into this place where you suddenly see that you have the 2 of Cups. You are just kind of not opening your eyes to all the possibilities that were there to you. So the next card is your surroundings and how your surroundings are going to be affecting you. And the card that comes up here is life experience. And so this is this deck's version of the Tower. And so I do feel like there's going to be a lot of really significant things and changes happening in the environment surrounding you. You might be noticing a lot of people falling out of your life. You know, it could be powerful revelations of people in your life. But I feel like they're going to be things that are helping you to realize that you have the ability to manifest everything that you want to in your life. And this is embodying the energy that is coming up for the year of 2018. It's an 11 year, it's a year of manifestation. And this full moon is coming. It's the Cancer full moon. And I was just reading somewhere the degrees, there's 2 degrees that it's hitting that are both 11 degrees. I wish I could remember what they were, but there are multiple 11s happening in conjunction with this full moon. So there's a ton of manifestation energy taking place here. And then you've got the Magician, where it's just, I feel like the things that are going to be happening around you are going to really be showing you how powerful you are and how capable you are to take your life in the direction that you want it to go. The next card is what you should be giving to others during this time. And the card that comes up is the Wheel. And so the Wheel is, you know, talks about fortune and, you know, positive time, things moving forward. It's a card of new beginnings. And the clarifying card I pulled is the Queen of Pentacles. And I feel like what's going to be happening here is that you are going to be sharing your abundance with everybody else. That's what you're going to be giving to everybody. And it may not just be, you know, you're literally sharing your coin with other people. I mean, it's the Queen of Pentacles. So in some cases, you very well could be sharing your physical abundance with other people. But I feel like you are going to be very generous and sharing your good fortune with others. Now, the last card is things that are going to be beginning for you. And I feel like this is what's going to be happening for you towards the end of the month. And I feel like this is related to that stalemate that we talked about in the beginning of this reading. we have the Ten of Air. And, the Ten of Air is, indicating that there's going to be an end to a difficult situation. This stalemate has been something that was very, very difficult on you. You've been contemplating walking away from it, and you're finally going to see some movement in this situation. And what happens oftentimes after we have a difficult situation? We have the Four of Air. Many of you are going to be ready to take a rest, and I see a lot of people, because you have so much abundance coming into your life, I see a lot of people taking a trip. Might not be anything super crazy, but I do see a lot of people planning a trip and taking some much needed and deserved rest and relaxation, and doing something for themselves, which is really deeply needed after, I feel like, the last several months that they've had. You've worked hard, you've gone through a lot, you've been rewarded with a lot of good fortune coming in for you in terms of, your finances and abundance and people that are around you, and now, now you get to reward yourself. But I feel like this is coming with a little bit of a keep your eyes open for this type of thing. We have ego. And I feel like the message here is, letting you know that you may become a little bit more focused on the material things in your life, which makes sense with all of the abundance that you have coming in, with the King of Earth. It can be, especially if you are not used to having, like if you're always used to pinching pennies and then suddenly you have extra that you weren't used to having, it can be easy to focus more on having the material things. And so I do feel like that might be starting for some of you. And so just be careful that you don't let that change who you are, that doesn't become the focal point for you, that you don't, that doesn't, I don't want to say it so it doesn't ruin you, but that's like the word that's coming in my head. But just be aware of how that is presenting itself in your life. But then the clarifying card that I pulled here is the Ace of Cups. And so this is, here's that cup being offered to you. So remember I said you've got that Knight of Cups coming in and offering their cup. Here's that hand offering that cup to you. So I feel like now it's going to be up to you whether or not you accept this, because notice how I haven't said whether or not you accept this cup. That's going to be up to you. Because you are going to be in that 10 of Air and 4 of Air energy where you are going to be needing that break and that rest. And so you may decide not to take the cup. You may take the cup, you may not. But that cup is being offered to you, which is pretty exciting. I think a lot of you will be, you want that. You want the cup to be offered to you. The lesson that you are learning during this time, I pulled cards from my new Love Your Inner Goddess deck. And 2 cards came out here, and so I will share them both with you. We have Warrior Goddess, so the lessons you are learning. We have Warrior Goddess. So here's the card. And the message here for Warrior Goddess is, this is not a time to play it safe, nor is it time to allow another to take the lead in your life. You need to believe in yourself and trust that the instincts guiding you are correct. If you need to take action, do it. Speak up, say yes, say no. Trust your inner truth completely. Be bold. The universe will answer your boldest actions with affirmation, and you'll move through consequences of your actions with grace and courage, ending up exactly where you were meant to be. So I feel like that is, telling you that whatever choice you make, whatever choices you make, the universe is going to have your back, and you're going to land on your feet no matter what it is that you decide to do. And then the other card that came up for the lesson that you will be learning is Elk Medicine Woman. And the message here is there are certain things that are meant to happen at particular times. This is the working of destiny. No matter how much pressure there is from the outside world or from your own expectations, there is an order of events and divine timing in place so that what is meant to be shall be. Balance your active pursuit of your dreams and ambitions with patience and trust in the right timing of things. You are given a message that you are capable of great accomplishment this lifetime. Rather than fighting against life, trust that it is working with you and for you. Do what is in your power to do, but pace yourself with trust and surrender too. That is really beautiful message, and I think a beautiful lesson for those of you that applies to for this month. So that is your full moon reading, earth signs. I hope that this is resonates with you and that you find it helpful. If you liked this reading, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so you will be updated as soon as I upload my latest videos. I will see you guys at the next video, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.